It is 6:09. Let's get a check of our weather. So we've been talking all morning long that the temperatures, it's not going to feel like what, summer? It's going to feel like a nice, cool fall, right?
That's right. A chilly 90 degrees tomorrow here in Central
It's
Georgia.
gotta be cold.
Look, it's 25 degrees cooler than we felt yesterday. So
I'll take what I can get.
yes, it's progress. We're
go.
moving in the right direction. Yeah, yesterday we hit 115 for a heat index at 1:55 p.m. and then we fell just below it, and then we kept going back up to it through the afternoon hours. I had to put that on Facebook and say no thanks. Unfortunately, we're going to do something at least similar today. We do have a heat advisory in effect for a large chunk of the United States, all the way from the Mexican border down south of Corpus Christi near Brownsville, up through the Gulf Coast, central Georgia, and on into the Hampton Roads region of Virginia. Excessive heat warnings there along the Gulf Coast, but those are at the Gulf Coast. That's not for us here in central Georgia, unlike what we saw the past few days. We've got a heat advisory in effect for feels like temperatures 105 plus this afternoon and evening. That expires at 8 p.m. Now, the reason why we have a heat advisory instead of an excessive heat warning is because we're expecting the feels like temperatures this afternoon to not reach that 110 threshold, at least for several hours. Could we touch it? Yes, but we're not going to spend a lot of time above that 110 mark. We're expecting to be more in the 105 range. It's a quiet morning in downtown Macon. It's also a warm morning by August standards. 78 the current number. Winds out of the southwest at about 5 miles an hour. We should be in the low 70s this time of year. The radar is quiet. 70s pretty much area wide, up mid to upper 70s at that. 75 in Monticello, 79 in Milledgeville, Gordon, and Dublin, 77 in McRae, 76 in Eastman. So yeah, only a couple degrees off of 80. But up towards the north, you're going to run into some rain in western North Carolina, up near Asheville. Also some showers and storms back into Alabama and Mississippi. This is where the cold front is right now. We're expecting to see activity flare up along that cold front today as it slides down to the south. Because of that, we are in a level 1 risk for strong storms today. The threat primarily for damaging winds, but also some large hail can't be ruled out of the picture as well. So let's time it out on Future View. You can see we're going to remain dry through the morning like every other day. A quick warm up into the mid 90s by the noon hour. But then it's this afternoon where we begin to get the shower and storm development to fire up around 5-6 o'clock. And then that begins to move down towards the south. We could hang on to a couple of stronger storms through the sunset hour. And then everything we do see will begin to fade away through the overnight hours as the cold front comes through. Now, the key is the cold front's going to be slowing down as it comes through, and it's eventually going to stall out down to the south, but we're on the good side of it, so that doesn't matter. We're talking about upper 80s and low 90s tomorrow afternoon in central Georgia, and here's the key. It's actually going to feel like that outside as well. So unlike today where we warm up relatively quick, we look at triple-digit feels like temperatures through the afternoon for several hours. Tomorrow we're not going to have as much humidity around, and it's actually going to feel like the air temperature outside as we work our way into the afternoon and evening hours. So a quick warm up today. We're going to be in the 80s by 9 a.m., 90s by the noon hour, all the way to a high temperature right around 97. That heat advisory is going to be in effect until about 8 p.m. with scattered storms later on this evening. Kept the rain chance at right around 60% today. Dropped it to 10% tomorrow. I didn't want to put nothing because it is summertime after all, but a high temperature of only 90, 91 for Thursday with a 20% chance of rain there. That will carry us through the first football Friday night of the season on into the weekend and into next week. High temperatures return to the mid-90s, topping off at 96 by Saturday.